Okay, so I'm gonna drink my coffee today and kind of tell you guys a little bit about my story. So, at 19 years old, I found out that I was pregnant with he's 7 now, can't believe that. But everything seemed normal with my pregnancy. And, I went and got pictures done. I found out we were having a boy. Everything was great and exciting. And about halfway through my pregnancy, I noticed that I was getting this weird red rash on my stomach. I didn't know what it was. It was very painful, and it burned, and it itched, and I didn't know what it was. So, of course, me being freaked out, I called my OB and I said, something's going on. And so I went into the office and she said, it's pups rash. She's like, here's something for you. There's medication. It'll be fine. It'll help you. It didn't go away. So a week later, I went back to my OB and I said, something is not right. And she said, it's got to be, scabies. That's the only thing I can possibly think of. If you guys don't know what scabies is, it's like body lice. And so I freaked out. I was working in retail. They're like, you could have picked it up from a customer. You could have walked by someone. They could have touched something that you touched. You could have went into the bathroom after them and gotten it. It's super easy to catch. And I'm like, great, that's disgusting. So they sent me home with shampoo and medication and this cream. So I went home, I bombed everything, threw sheets away, bombed my bedroom, put things in trash bags to be washed 1,000,001 times, and I went to go take my shower after cleaning everything, and the body shampoo that they gave me inflamed it, made it worse. So immediately I called back my doctor. 2 hours she calls me back and she says, we gotta get you in, we gotta figure out what's going on. So 2 days later, I went back into my doctor and she said, I want you to go to maternal fetal medicine right after this. We're gonna walk you over there. I want you to talk with them. We need to figure out what's going on because it's not pup rash, it's way worse. You have blisters and boils, and if you guys don't know, this is what pup rash looks like. And I'm gonna put a disclaimer down because more than likely this may disgust you. So if not, just skip ahead about 15 seconds. So this is what Pemphigoid gestationis looks like. And it is miserable. It hurts, it burns, it itches like you wouldn't believe. It's like having poison ivy times 50. It hurts so bad, and it's horrible. If you guys have ever seen that Friends episode where Phoebe and Charlie Sheen are scratching each other because they have chicken pox, and they can't fight the urge to itch. That's exactly how it was, but worse. So sorry about, we have a guest right there. So anyway, so they ended up trying to figure out what it was, and they were like, we don't really know what it is. So that's when my mom and I started doing research. We started looking into rashes, pregnancy rashes, and we stumbled upon this one. And it happens 1 in 250,000 pregnancies. So we're like, there's no way. And then once we started looking at the images and showing my doctor of maternal fetal medicine, that's when he said, I think that's what you have. I definitely think that's what you have. Everything lines up, so this is what we're gonna do. It says to put you on prednisone, that's what we're gonna do. So I was 20 weeks pregnant, it put me on prednisone, and within 2 weeks, it started to not get rid of it, but make me more comfortable so that I could function and work and do what I had to do. And so at 22 weeks, I was at work. Something felt wrong. I just was so tired. I thought it was just normal pregnancy stuff. And one of the symptoms of this rare autoimmune disease is preterm labor. So at 22 weeks, I ended up calling my grandfather. I said, I'm very uncomfortable. I'm having a lot of pressure. I feel really weird. And my work sent me home. They were so overly concerned, you need to go home. And I'm like, I'm fine, I got this. I get to my grandparents, and my grandfather takes me to the hospital. No questions asked. I wasn't given an option. By the time that I got to the hospital is when I realized how serious it was. My rare autoimmune disease, which wasn't fully diagnosed until my second pregnancy, which my daughter is 4 now. So we have a 7-year-old Braden and then a 4-year-old daughter, Aislinn. And so it took till Aislinn to get a biopsy done and to get properly diagnosed with this rare autoimmune disease. So with the first one, with Braden, we didn't know what it really was. We didn't know what to expect. With Aislinn, at least I knew what the signs were. And it starts with your stomach, starts around your belly button, and then it starts spreading all over your body. They give you prednisone. At 22 weeks, literally 2 weeks after being on prednisone, I had gained 25 pounds. I had been dilated to a 3, so I was 3 centimeters dilated. I was 25% effaced, and they said that I needed to be on bed rest for the rest of my pregnancy. I lived in the hospital from 22 weeks on until about 34 weeks, on and off. And the second time that I was admitted in the hospital, and I stayed for 3 weeks, I woke up covered in blood, so I thought I was miscarrying Braden. There was a lot of scary things going on with that pregnancy. Again, everything seemed totally fine and totally normal until 20 weeks, and then just went crazy. I wasn't allowed to pee by myself. And then when I finally did go into labor, Braden was born 4.5 weeks premature. He was weighing at 8 pounds, and I was scared. Very scary. Very, 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 very scared. So Braden seemed fine when he was first born, and within the first hour of him being born, he was being whipped away to go to the NICU, and we weren't able to see him for a couple of hours. Braden was having issues breathing. He was dealing with a heart murmur. He was just dealing with a lot. He was jaundiced. He literally couldn't breathe on his own. So they had to prick his foot every 30 minutes just because they wanted to make sure he wasn't diabetic. They wanted to make sure all of his organs were functioning the way they were supposed to be functioning. And we lived in the hospital for another 2 weeks. He's our little NICU miracle baby. And then whenever we found out we were having our daughter, panic set in because I didn't want to have to go through everything I just went through with Braden. And when the signs started showing back up again halfway through the pregnancy, I knew like clockwork what was to be expected. I knew what was going to happen, like what they were going to put me on, how it was going to help me, how it was going to be effective. The only thing I didn't know is, was she going to be preterm early too? Was she going to be premature? Was I going to live in the hospital from 22 weeks on again? Was I going to be on bed rest? Just so many was I going to lose her? That was a main one. I almost lost Braden, and I didn't want to have to go through it again because mentally I didn't know if I could do it. And once we started seeing the symptoms again, I immediately called my doctor. They didn't even have to see me. And they immediately put me on, instead of putting me on prednisone, they wanted to put me on steroid cream. That's where it got expensive. So the steroid cream with insurance was $120 a month. And instantly I was put on bed rest because they didn't want to go through the whole thing all over again. So with Aislinn, I was having to fork out $120 of money that I didn't have because I didn't have a job. Well, I had a job. I just was on leave. So very scary, but she ended up being born 4 weeks premature. We didn't have the same issues that we had when Braden was born, but she was born at 4 pounds, so she was very tiny, and she's still extremely tiny. She's 4, and she only weighs like 29 pounds now. But Pemphigoid gestationis is becoming more and more common now. So at the time of Braden's pregnancy, it was, I think, 1 in 250,000 pregnancies were experiencing this. And then with Aislinn, it was 1 in 55,000 pregnancies. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it was. And so it's still an ongoing thing, and they're still attempting to figure out exactly what it is, what's causing it, like how in depth. They just are trying to figure everything out. But when I was pregnant with Aislinn, finally they did a biopsy, and that's when they said, yep, this is exactly what you have. It's positive, like, so anyway, my mom is the one that figured it all out. And everyone says don't Google your symptoms, and they're completely wrong, because had we not done that, we probably never would have figured out what was going on with me. And yes, it's scary, but now I have 2 beautiful babies because of it. And since then, my husband has been fixed, so no more babies for us, thank the Lord. But they're beautiful, they're both healthy, and there's a lot of PG babies out there. There's a whole Facebook group for them. So, kind of crazy, but we're going to bring awareness to it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my video today, and hopefully it helps you guys understand a little bit of what my journey has been through becoming a mom at 18 to still trying to understand my autoimmune disease at 27. So it is still insanely challenging. I still get flare-ups every now and then. Aislinn actually had a flare-up when she was first born, which I forgot to add that, but I'm adding that now. So we're great now, but if anyone has any of these questions in regards to Pemphigoid gestationis, please don't be scared to reach out to me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my video today. Don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot of amazing things that are coming your guys' way that I'm like really excited about. A lot of fun, adventurous vlogs about the army life and about things that are going to be coming our way. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!